that you're settled down, that you found a boy and you're married now. I heard that your dreams came true. Guess he gave you things I didn't give to you. Old friend, why you so shy? Ain't like you to hold back or hide from the light. I hate to turn up out of the blue uninvited, but I couldn't stay away, I couldn't fight it. I'd hoped you'd see my face and that you'd be reminded that for me it isn't over. Never mind, I'll find someone like you. I wish nothing but the best for you too. Don't forget me, I beg. I remember you said sometimes it lasts in love, but sometimes it hurts instead. Sometimes it lasts in love, but sometimes it hurts instead. You know how the time flies. Only yesterday was the time of our lives. We were born and raised in a summer haze, bound by the surprise of our glory days. I'd hate to turn up out of the blue uninvited, but I couldn't stay away, I couldn't fight it. I'd hoped you'd see my face and that you'd be reminded that for me it isn't over. Never mind, I'll find someone like you. I wish nothing but the best for you too. Don't forget me, I beg. I remember you said sometimes it lasts in love, but sometimes it hurts instead. Sometimes it lasts in love, but sometimes it hurts instead. Nothing compares, no worries or
Good morning, grasshoppers. It is time for our weekend training. This morning, unfortunately, I ran across a small difficulty when I noticed my wife did not take her extra bag with her to the train station. So in the event of running it back and forth, she of course missed the train, and I ran her to the next train station. However, as much as it was close enough, we still missed the train. What can you do? C'est la vie. In any event, as it turns out, Hannibal D played an opponent who did not show up. Possibly that person had a full point buy in the first round. And that was partly my fault, of course, for not being here. But he got paired. I left him a message, and he is, of course, aware now that you must withdraw from a Swiss before you leave the tournament. Otherwise, you still get paired. And, of course, you will lose that game. In a Swiss event, it's recorded as a forfeit, and this is the same as in over-the-board real chess. No rating points will be exchanged, but you have to be aware of this. You can't just expect to leave the tournament and not get paired. It's one of those awkwardness moments from the arenas that no one really gets because they have not played in real chess tournaments over the board. You can't just not show up. In any event, there was a great tweet this morning from Jakob Agard and his reference to There's 3 questions. Where are the weaknesses? Which are the worst placed pieces? To which I've amended it to which are the best or worst placed pieces. This applies to looking at both sides' positions, right? Where are the weaknesses? And which are the best or worst placed pieces? Now you might be able to unseat your opponent's best placed piece, or you might just be able to improve your worst placed piece. But exchanging off or displacing your opponent's best placed pieces will also seek to keep your opponent's position from being better than your own, or improving your own to at least be at least as good, if not better, than your opponent's position. Most importantly, though, what's the opponent's idea? And I say, what's the big idea, in a sense, whereas that can apply to both players. That is, schematic thinking for yourself, piece relocation, improving your position, improving your worst placed piece. So for example, in this particular example, bishop c3 was a very clever move. In order to pin the knight to the g7 pawn, it would be mate in 2 moves almost immediately after rook takes g7 and rook on h1 takes h7 should this knight move. So how to prepare, oops, so much for that idea. Let's see if he does it in 2. Arcargo does it in 3. 1, 2, and 3. The Morphe mate. I would have just played rook on 1 to h7 for the 2 rooks on the 7th rank. Esme Lika, great to have you. I'm happy that Esme is playing. Partly solves the problem of where Esme is from. I was going to ask that yesterday. Esme was the name of one of my daughter's good friends in preparatory school years. Yes, I saw that. I just followed you on Lichess. What part of India? North or south? I am a southern Indian pepper spice person, as opposed to the northern India curry spice person you or others could easily be. I enjoy pepper and hot foods of almost any type, of course. So once again, I don't know if Esme was here earlier, but the 3 big questions to ask.
Said West India.
West India? That doesn't help. White resigned. Mommy! That was removing the defender of the knight, so I guess they decided they had enough. Next round. So yeah, unlike an arena, you have to withdraw should you need to leave the tournament, and I was driving to the train station at the time that I had to withdraw from the event. I realized I wasn't going to make it back in time for the first round, so I withdrew in the car.
Said, played games resting for a while, lol.
Oh, played 2 games resting for a while? You have to play all the games that you can. Well, actually, don't just rest. Analyze those games again. Try to win those games better and faster than you did, and improve on the moves that you were playing one way or the other. This person is here. We're going to drop them a message. That's possible that they are examining their previous game. Now, if you do go to the main page of Lichess, it will alert you that you're in the middle of the game. But if you're elsewhere in the tournament, in theory, in Swiss tournaments, over the board, no one is supposed to tell you when it's your turn to move. It is illegal for anyone in the tournament to assist you with the fact that it is your turn to move. In fact, that's why I had the reservation against the demo boards in the resting rooms, because they would know that it is their turn to move when they go back out onto the stage. In theory, it was artificial help. I have not yet looked up the FIDE rule on that particular instance. But the US chess rule is that, let's just say that I'm walking around looking at what? No, we don't resign on the first move. You're going to get a note from Lee Chess about resigning on the first move. I don't know if any rating points are exchanged by resigning on the first move either. Maybe we'll have a chance to look at Esme's first two games. So this game she was white, or he, against Naratamgarg 9. So we have a nice Scotch game. I also have played as white the Scotch Gambit.
Said, oh, I played a lot of mistakes.
Well, chess is all mistakes. Once we understand and accept the fact that chess is all mistakes, well, Mommy has gotten me as well on many occasions. I don't know that I've ever played this particular opponent. No, I haven't. So in this particular instance, for example, the opponent's playing among the best possible moves. Not entirely sure why Esme moved their knight back to f3. Another particular continuation that I like here.
Said, John, I see you have seen the Discord thoughts.
I like the idea of Tuesdays at the moment. I think late on Mondays could even be easier, and we can discuss the weekend's events, both in the United States and internationally. I would love to discuss those, and the theme that I thought about was the week in chess, or as a friend of mine, let's just say Baseball Tonight was a sports program that covered all of the baseball season's games on ESPN. So the commentators would cover all the highlights and ins and outs of what happened in each of the games. And I said, well, that wouldn't be as good as Baseball Tomorrow, where you tell everybody the results of the baseball games that are going to happen tomorrow and see how good you are. So you could have two parts to that program.
I said, after BB pawn is unsafe.
After Bishop E3, B2 pawn is unsafe. Yes, that is true. After Bishop E3, the line usually runs along the lines of Bishop to C5. As you see over here, I've lost as white once to this particular line, as I dislike this variation to a certain extent. Black usually has Queen to G6 as well as Knight to E7.
Said, sounds amazing. I was thinking the same.
And I like the disparity of our personalities, and I thought that we probably at some point would want a female representative on the podcast, whom I don't know, but we could invite almost anybody once we get going. Once we achieve a certain degree of success. And so here, yeah, I prefer pretty much this main line. I mean, this is how Judith Bulgar would play as white. I'm fairly certain that we should have at least one game of hers in here. Kasparov Caruana.
Ben Johnson, LOL.
Morozevich beating Carlson. Has got to take out Ben Johnson. Well, I think a more timely podcast, if it can be released within a day. That's why I'm thinking that if you can release it on a Tuesday at the same time as Ben Johnson's, and you are far more timely, it will be better than Ben Johnson's, because he tapes his and takes 2 to 3 weeks to release. Now, I don't necessarily know what kind of ads he needs to place inside his podcasts or what kind of revenue he expects from it, but I am looking forward to it. Needless to say, knight f3, moving pieces backwards is not inherently, Esme, a part of our game plan, by the way. And you still have a problem, if you must know the truth, with your central pawn. And here, once again, I mean, queen e6 may be forced. The move queen to g6 might run into bishop d3 with a discovery by e5. And this is very, very hairy. It's unfortunate that you didn't think to put your bishop on the b6 square to prevent h3. Put your bishop on the b6 square, you get to prevent h3 because you get to take the knight out. I'm glad you say that. I am so glad you say that, Rogan. Editing podcasts is easy. Spoken like a true believer. Make sure our game is not up. Not yet. Go back. So, in any event, Murat had a chance to put his bishop on b6, but in this particular case, I feel like there's more to this game than meets the eye. After all, we might have the move bishop to f5 rather than the move h3. h3 does work to a certain degree, but I kind of like the move bishop to h5. Bishop to f5 to achieve the same thing.
Kingslayer Sloan.
Knight f5? Yes.
Well, it's half the issue.
And in this particular position, you could try to win the whole queen if you wanted with knight to h4, right? Because you're going to have bishop to h7 check. This knight is very difficult to defend. I'm going to skip love lockdown. And you get to win a pawn with a desperado. Actually, I think you had even more in this position, didn't you? You probably... Oh, we don't have rook to e8, so we have to recapture. Got this in anyway. And now you have a nice bind on this square. We can actually play knight to f5 in this position, knight to h4 in this position. Goes knight to f5. Now again, we can probably go for more. Can we go for more? You went for the 7th rank, right? Oh, I thought you were going for the 7th rank. So we do have the better pawn structure. We have 2 pawn islands to our opponent's 4 pawn islands.
I was afraid of BXF and double pawns on F5.
Right. Fear is for the opponent from now on, Esme. Fear is for the opponent, not for us. There is no fear for us. Our plans are going to work for us, and our weaknesses will be less weak than our opponents. Now, I know you're going for this particular line, but if you really wish to try to overextend him, we need to improve our king position. Again, you don't need to move this knight again. This knight is already well placed. That one can't move. I would definitely be improving our worst placed piece in this position. You ended up moving your knight completely offside. Let's check this knight versus the knight on e5. Wasn't that a much better knight? So in this particular position, if you were concerned about your knight,
Make my king active.
Yeah, you didn't make your king active. You're fighting this battle without all of your material. You did manage to save this pawn just in case with a tactic, a nice little fork. Whoa! Again, we need to continue to improve our pieces. Notice that the knight on d4 will be unassailable by rook to b4 because we also have plenty of checks. And we're threatening knight to f5 check, picking up the pawn with the knight. So knight to d4 to me is easily an ideal move. And you did it a little late. And once again, I feel like we could almost play what we want to play here. I would definitely be threatening that bishop, that knight. Threatening rook takes and knight to c6 check. We still haven't improved our worst place piece. Here's another opportunity for us, though, to put our rook on a more aggressive, more assertive square, rather than getting kicked out. But I guess you had the plan of knight to c6 check on anything like that. But now your king is getting into the game. We're losing a pawn, huh? Was this real? Was this a plot? Did we have to be concerned about this?
Said. Blunder.
It does seem so. I don't necessarily know if you really need this because the knight can't move because it has to guard the pawn. So therefore, in this position, tricky to suggest other moves, just bringing this back, but it's a little slow. Our king should already be on the d3 square by now because we've taken so much time. Whoa, you missed the mating net here. Why are we giving a check? Why are we moving our knight? Can we keep this mating net going? And what do they have here? I feel like there's something wrong with this picture. Perhaps rook to d6, keeping the king under a little bit of surveillance. Rook to d6.
Rook to the th rank.
Yeah, if we could only get there from here. Now we're getting broken down a little bit, unfortunately. But it's working. And now for something completely different. 1-2, mate. Whoa. 1-2, mate. How does he escape this mating net? I think you have to give up a piece, and you might need to run this rook, but the rook versus knight. That's another reason why we need this pawn up here. The second game was harrowing. This game is far more harrowing. And you ended up not winning this game because of insufficient mating material from a winning position. You have to get back in. Always do, once we've actually analyzed it, we're going to do a computer analysis. Always do a computer analysis of your games whenever you get a chance. And then we can do this, learn from our mistakes. So in this particular position, we played G4. That move violates all of the opening principles. So Esme, when we have 3 pawns versus 2, an ideal situation, we want to prove our candidate passed pawn first. So my first candidate move is f4 with the idea of playing king to f2, king to e3. Next up, possibly rook to d6.
Said. Okay.
I'm torn here as to which one we should go with. But I'm going to see if it accepts our move as being better. Nope, there is an even better move. Let's go with rook to d6. That was the move I suggested when we were in the game. And we're up a full piece in this position because there's no way they can handle our very aggressively placed rook. The same thing occurs that you might have thought of happening after the king approaching at knight c6, but we have knight f5 check if needed. And then you can start improving your king position. This knight, once again, is tied down to the defense of the pawn. All right, next up. You took with the knight, but the queen is trapped. Oops. Yeah, the queen is trapped. You went this far to trap the queen, and I didn't slow down enough at our present analysis to point that out. And here, you played knight g6 for no reason. King f1 was what I was suggesting. And the computer accepts it, but it also accepts the second plan of playing g3 with the idea of playing f4 to anchor the knight and keep it from being moved. So g3 prevents any funny business by the opponent's knight as well. That was the original suggestion by the computer, with the idea that we would improve our position, hold the 7th rank, and go for further gains. But king f1 definitely deserves. I don't think I can put any marks on this one without it being in a study.
FXG, I discarded the option because of pawn structure, didn't see that opponent queen will be trapped.
That's right. So in I was not a keynote, but I was a Twitch speaker at TwitchCon. But we can do better. Hold on here. Zoom learning. So in this particular position, f4 was the mating move. We talked about that. King to g3 was played. But in reality, do we wish to pin? That's probably the simplest. And then we can move our knight up because the king up because of this knight, this rook check. So basically, if king f5, then rook f5 check. King f4, rook a4 check. How do we gain progress here? Why is it playing this way? Because black is better. He's up a piece. I see. So it's saying to me that we probably need to hold the draw, which you did in the game. So in this particular position, we need a better move than rook f6. Rook checking him back. We don't really want to be too aggressive here. We're losing the house.
Said. The Nashville Summer Classic is in week, so excited.
I know, I've been derailed a little bit, Cyber Elf. I've been derailed. I haven't achieved my goals for personal preparation either, but with family stuff getting in the way, and my youngest daughter is not back with her car in order to take care of business. She is up in Lake George, New York. She's got a job. She's settled in to a certain extent. Let's go back to resuming learning, right? All right, well, it looks like we browsed away, so we know what this move is. We know what this move was supposed to be aside from king f1. We know what... We didn't have this one, did we? Now it's approaching us. We wanted to centralize our knight. And this one we wanted to bring our rook back. And this one we wanted to checkmate our opponent. No. Wasn't it F4? Oh wow, it almost it discounted us, but we're also threatening mate in this manner as well with rook to E8. Is that crazy? This is also mate.
Cyber Elf Elpizo
said. Stream froze for a minute. Is this tournament no longer a possibility for you?
No, I don't think it's a possibility at the moment because of family concerns, as it turns out. King to G3 was better. We should pin. But we are going to do some things. We need to keep checking. And in this particular position, we need to move our pawn forward. After all, we've got a passed pawn. We have nothing to worry about in this position. If we can get our passed pawn to this side, we will draw. We're the only ones who can win that. Done reviewing mistakes. Then we can also review black's mistakes. What's going on here? This game has been going for quite some time. But you know who's going to be in Nashville? Are you already in Nashville? Young Summers, one of my favorite Asian American comedians, is going to be. Can we get our way out of this? I think we finally escaped all of the checks. Oops, that wins.
Well then I hope to see you possibly in December for the Music City Open.
Esmelika.
I go for my dinner, will be around.
I did message you on Discord, by the way. I want it that way.
Cyber Elf Elpizo
said. Regardless, thank you for considering and discussing the possibility with me. Also Ron says hi.
Oh, Ron Burnett? That's cool. Thank him for me. We have an extra tempo here so we don't have to stalemate. That's the end of the world as we know it.
Said. I live within 2 hours of Nashville.
Yeah, Young Summers. If you follow me on Instagram, I posted something the other day about one of her posts. In the United States, it's very important to have very brown skin, apparently, to prove that we have time to not work. And in Asia, it's much more important to have only white skin to prove that you work all the time. And I think that was the gist of it. Stalemate? Oh no! You didn't get a rook? Alright, fair enough. It's our first real game of the day versus Mommy. I got all of our A4s in. I want to get 5 H3s in today if I can. I really do enjoy these Scandinavians, to be honest. Let's keep restricting. Keep restricting, keep just improving. Esme, have a great dinner. Let me know what you had for dinner. I'm very jealous, actually. Very, very jealous. We're just going to keep improving our position the best we can. preventing any possible counterplay. Where are you headed? I think we have to at least try to make life uncomfortable for you. Is my queen going to be in trouble here? Looks like it. Maybe I should have played c4 first. But I am taking a lot of material. Even if they want to get a rook to the 7th rank.
Daniel Weasel
said, let's play game.
Where are you going, sir? With that knight, where are you going? Let's play a game. Sounds like a great idea. Daniel, are you in, not one game. No, we don't play one game. We play series of games or tournaments. You may find the first place to find me in that dojo, right there. And you may find... Now, what did he do? So what is being threatened? Is my queen getting checkmated?
Said, GN John, you have a lot of good ideas. Put them in Discord as they come. Thank you.
She hit. Good night, Roken.
It seems my life is gonna change. I close my eyes and begin to pray, and tears of joy.
And the winner is... with our... With arms wide open, well, I don't know if I'm ready to be the man that I have to be. I'll take a breath, I'll take her by my side. We stand it all. We've created a life with arms wide open. Borrowing from Phoebe Witt's page, she released a nice reel where she had mate in 2. And she promoted a pawn. That is how you play Mommy. Where is Mommy? Is he on page 2? Or she? Mommy got me the last time, though, I have to admit. You can click on your score versus an opponent. Black resigned, white resigned, white resigned, Black resigned. Maybe it wasn't recently. This is the game I remember. I remember this game. White resigned. It's long, a year ago. I remember it like it was yesterday. I remember it like it was yesterday. I played A4 against Mommy. I thought I lost that one for whatever reason. In 4 rating points, 4 rating points, 4 rating points, 4 rating points, 5 rating points, and then I lost 12. Actually, I only lost 7. They gained 12. Gain of 4 rating points, gain of 4 rating points, and I lost 1 rating point. And I lost 7 rating points. So all of their wins were over a year ago, but Black didn't move? Oh, that was in a blitz. 5+3 blitz. Carl Schlecter's birthday arena. Well, let's look at Esme's second game. They may not be here for this one, but we will see. With arms wide open. Esme chose a Queen's Gambit Slav type defense against the King's Indian attack. Personally, I just like to take over the center with e5, knight to d7, bishop to d6, maybe even queen to c7 and bishop to g4, castles. Bring the rook to the d8 and e8 square and expand. Bottle. The first thing that I like to do is to save every day. Eternity passes away just to spend them with you. If I could make days last forever. If words could make wishes come true. Esme lost this pawn. I would probably have played this move straight away. To be enough time to do the things we want to do once we find them. I've known enough to know what I want to go through time with. Not entirely sure we need to anchor it just yet. But I don't see any way to get this knight to a better square. Knight f8, knight e6, knight d4? Possibly best. Much faster. Knight f8, knight e6, knight d4. Again, we've been stopped from knight e6 though, so okay, fine. This helps white. No, but we want to still play. Can we play it this way? We want to do once we find them. Proud enough to know you're the one I want to go through time. Nice tactic to win a pawn. And the end game is totally winning. Basically, we could also go after this pawn in this manner, and we are winning this king and pawn ending. Like I said, when that pawn reaches there, oops, and that was the end of the game. That was the end of the game. What can you do? Sometimes you win, sometimes you don't. It's like my favorite expression by Flacco, a professional pool player, when he was talking about pocketing balls and pocket billiards. He goes, sometimes the balls, they go in, and sometimes they don't. Am I not broadcasting live to YouTube? Is that the story? Did I get cut off? Okay, good. Scared me there. I couldn't tell if I was broadcasting live or not. Every now and then it tries to cut me off. This will be the 602nd video on YouTube, and I will start deleting all of those videos and redoing them now that I have learned a few more things, a few more tricks and tips about quality. We have a better camera. I will need a blind for this extremely sunny window that's in front of me. This was not such a good idea for this thing. Basically, I need white balance. You can see the white balancing. I need to download the software for this camera to take out this, and maybe I'll do it during the stream now. Is it chess in the schools tournament today? It's a very busy weekend for chess. Let's see what this notification is. Sandown Park, the graphics guy, Hillary Duff's daughters, very cute. I didn't realize that. Oh, for a moment I thought that I was friends with Hillary Duff. I was going to say, I don't think so, but I do happen to be following her page. Georgie Baktadze posting. God, there's so much going on. But we are going to be doing a Week in Chess podcast of sorts. Happy International Chess Day. And we have a new season coming up. A very new season coming up in the billiards community.
March 12th.
Let's not accidentally play any reels. What else do we have as far as notifications that I've not yet seen? Soren Chess Coach. What chess coaches don't tell you by Everyman Chess. I'm actually very anxious to see that one. I am very curious about this particular one. So Everyman Chess allows you to buy the book in PGN as well as other formats, which is very useful. Let's check out our Cargo's game versus Narat Tumgarg. Narat Tumgarg. Narat Tumgarg 9. So our Cargo is up a queen. It looks like there's some difficulties here. He's working his way to improving his position. Uh-oh, now the queen is in. Or is the queen in and mate? This could be very, very fatal. Can we step our king up? No, huh? Rook. Oh, that was a very deep plan. If rook to d5, queen to e4 was checkmate. Need to be reminded. Ouch. Picked up the bishop. Pawn promotes with check. Shout it, shout it, shout it out loud. Narat Tumgarg did his best to hold out. So who am I going to play next? It looks like I'm either playing Cargo or Ariel Zamora. But if Ariel Zamora and not Cargo haven't played each other, they're going to play each other. And it looks like I am playing Narat Tumgarg. Crispo is on hiatus. If the colors work out, I'm playing Narat Tumgarg. Now you can stay paused if you'd like, Narat Tumgarg. So Daniel Weisel. Is that in my... Thought I heard that beep coming from my phone as well. Oh, I'm playing... The colors did not work out for Narat Tumgarg. Interesting. Not entirely sure what the purpose of that particular move is. But is the queen trapped? That is the question. Do I dare play e5? Do I dare play e5? That is the question. Do I go for maximum development with a6, queen takes c5, e5? I'm feeling like that's what I want to do. Idaho. The natural move. You do have to watch out for natural moves. Natural moves can lead to natural disasters. Little girl, what's your name? Couldn't you stay, little girl, to say? Such a mess. Oh yeah. Now we are up a piece, so we are going to open up lines as fast as humanly possible. Drink a champagne. Wouldn't you say, little girl? What's your... Do okay. Just going to keep developing our pieces in the direction, the general direction of his king. And we're going to avoid any funny business, folks. Any funny business. So we have to put our queen on a square which will embarrass him the most. What square will that be? Let's just get out of danger for the most part. See where he wishes to place his knight, because we do need to avoid any discoveries, any counterplay. And ladies and gentlemen, I am crossing my fingers that my good acquaintance, possible friend, is there a threat? I don't know yet. What's your name, little girl? We gotta keep attacking. Little girl. We have to keep attacking. Activating everything, folks. Do we wish to do that first? Or do we want to keep everything in limbo? The knight's hanging. Bishop's hanging. Rook's hanging. No, we're not going to centralize anything. Two pieces are hanging. I'm not sure how he defends both. Knight to e3. Does he have any forward moving squares with the knight? Doesn't look like he has any squares with the knight. Where is that second sound coming from? I feel like the second sound might be coming from another browser window, but I don't know where it would be. Let's go back and analyze that game to see what happened. I know our opponent played into a queen trap. And now queen takes c5, e5. Queen to d3 was the only move. Black is better in any instance, but it was quite crazy that this queen is trapped, right? Let's see how well we hold it at +7. Queen to d8, yes. And now we're +8 again. Queen takes d4. The assessment is all over the place. Is there another move? I mean, what is there to do? He has to actually try to cover some ground with bishop d3. He has no active pieces whatsoever. And then I play h5, h4, trying to get at the g2 square. Also avoiding any back rank weaknesses. Almost everyone has fallen away as they have better things to do on a Saturday afternoon and early evening, even though it is early AM for me. For all of my virtual audience, it is Central European time, or late evening time in the oceanic region, like let's just say where Rogan is, it's like 1 AM, 1:30 in the morning. And for Jack Sarkisian, it's like 11, it's almost midnight. Jack Sarkisian is attempting to cover the Beale Chess Festival for Alessia Santaramo. Now, there's also the possibility that Angelica Chessborn is also covering the Beale Chess Festival, as they're covering the Blitz. So I don't blame anyone for not being here this morning. Let's see what Zhu Wenjun rounded up her Women's World Championship title. She had a difficult time trying to coordinate her pieces. Where is the Women's World Chess Championship? And it is decided. Zhu Wenjun remains the 17th female world champion, the official 17th female world chess champion, while Ding Liren is the official 17th FIDE world chess champion. A really nice job coordinating her pieces on the whole. This is a reversed note boom variation of sorts. It's just like totally unexpected, this prep that they had. Two minor pieces for a rook. Watch her push this pawn up the board as best she can. We will be covering this relatively live in rapid fashion. While we're waiting for our cargo, where are we on our puzzle streak? Oh, we're at 46. Is this a discovery on the knight? It looks like it. We have more than one discovery in this particular position. Is this knight really useful? What happens if we capture? Takes. Oh, it's an en passant. We actually want to save this one, by the way. So let's not jump to the next puzzle immediately. En passant discoveries are awesome. Therefore, from that game, I want to save that one until later.
Sometimes I feel like I'm drowning and you're there to save me, and I want to thank you with all of my...
We have a position database that we're saving these into for a special occasion.
A dream come true in Malibu.
Is this ending really better for white? I think we could actually capture, and if they capture, we can just move our king over, and white is better in this endgame. So I'm not sure we need to play this waiting game. But they do have black in like a major form of Zugzwang. Rook check, king moves, rook check, king moves. Is it worth it? We do have to be very careful about this. We don't want to trade rooks, unless we trade rooks once and play rook to e2. That also looked pretty good. So now if pawn takes, white missed their chance to get the rooks off the board. Oh, rook there doesn't work because of rook e3 check. But this looks pretty forceful. Let's not fall to it en passant.
Jonathan Bautista
said, today is my birthday partying face.
Nice! Happy birthday, Jonathan. You can actually look up all, Control C, let's see, the calendar. Ooh, what other grandmasters share your birthday? Let's put it in the YouTube chat just to make sure. What other grandmasters share your birthday? Let's just take a quick peek. Today, oh, Judith Polgar is tomorrow, of course. We all know that one. Nikolai Krogius, who may not still be alive, who lives in Staten Island. Richard Griffith, which I think is the father of Peter Griffith. Not Peter Griffith, the animated character, mind you. But not Peter Griffith, the animated character. Now our rook is a little trapped. Is there a way to attack him? This is starting to look like a nice, steady draw on that part. Richard Griffith won the British Chess Championship in 1912. His only appearance in the event. He is the co-author of John Herbert White, the famous chess book, Modern Chess Openings. Wow, was that the first edition of Modern Chess Openings? That's quite impressive. I have contributed to Modern Chess Openings. Edition number 15 and...
Jonathan Bautista
said, Peter Griffin LOL.
Not Peter Griffith, but Peter Griffin, yes. Richard Griffith. No, Peter Griffith authored a really great series of endgame books. Exploring the Endgame. Oh, there's both. I have duplicate copies of this particular book. And the endings in hardcover. But Exploring the Endgame is a tremendously great book. It has complete games, and I am actually going to leave this book out in honor of his father. I believe his father, because this is an English author. American Chess Promotions, done by my friend Tad Rogers, who really does want to get me published, and he knows that I want to do. He's a Peter Griffiths was a professional chess coach and writer. He had a regular column, I don't know that it still exists, of Practical Chess Endings in British Chess Magazine. It is quite impressive. Now this is nearly impossible to convert. Our cargo may have the better of this being up a pawn, but it is nearly impossible to convert this. We can just go back and forth in this particular one, right? It is often best just to go on the diagonals. Checking up close and personal is perhaps the easiest way to ensure the repetition of positions so that the tournament may go on. And this is the third time repetition. Great job, everybody. Ariel Zamora could be my next opponent, but I don't know that for a fact. Could play Agok, but I think he's going to play me unless Ariel Zamora's played Agok.
Said, happy birthday to Peter Giannatos.
Peter Giannatos is a lovely fellow, very handsome as well. Alright, we're going to play an e4 opening against this. I just can't stop. I just can't stop. I just can't stop. We're playing the Austrian attack. The old-fashioned Austrian attack. I just can't stop. I just can't stop. I just can't stop. Let's just continue to grab more space.
What would I do without your smart mouth? Drawing me in and you kicking me out. You've got my head spinning, no kidding. I can't pin you down. What's going on in that beautiful mind? I'm on your magical mystery ride, and I'm so dizzy, don't know what hit me, but I'll be alright.
My head's underwater, but I'm doing fine. Your cousin, that's all of me loves all you, and all your edges, long the perfect imperfections. Wow. He really weakened his center, but he's trying to give me hanging pawns. Even when I lose, I'm winning. I give you all of me, and you give me all of you. Ooh.
Chess Lions.
Said, hi John.
Chess Lions, how are you? Good morning.
can't stop singing, it's ringing in my head for you.
My head's underwater, but I'm
breathing fine.
Chess Lions
said, "Good day to you, sir."
Were you streaming today? You need to give Chess Lions a quick shout out, by the way. Opera Spiel is off for the month of July. I remember I rated you once for not putting the yes. You give me all. I think I have to play it this way.
Give me all of you. Cards on the table. We're both showing hearts. Risking it all.
Chess Lions
said, "Haha, thanks John the First. Don't stream on Saturdays. Thanks for the shout out."
You don't stream on Saturdays. What in the world? I give you. Do I wish to be down in material?
Said, "I streamed for International Chess Day Lycus Arena.
Give you all of me.
And you give me all of you.
Ooh.
And I give you
All of me.
And you give me all of you.
Yes, I'm sacking a pawn. But for a very good cause.
Said, "Had a pretty good day. Beat an I am another. Drew 2s in another."
That is very cool. In an arena today? Or, or would you happen to be playing in the Beal Blitz? Now what? Takes. What in the world? Takes. I tell you, this guy, he knows how to get me. Rook takes f4.
Chess Lions
said, "Funds legal Lycus Arena for International Chess Day."
Knight on the 6th rank. Well, that was interesting. Totally unexpected. Now we just have to try to make something out of this exchange sacrifice. That was a good in-between move on our opponent's part. However, it might be a bad move on our opponent's part. We lulled him to sleep when he should have played Queen F3.
Chess Lions
said. Nice.
We have to throw this check in first, by the way. Because we want the back rank threat, which will prevent our pawn on d2 from hanging. So now, rook takes.
Chess Lions
said. I think we're winning.
Chess Lions
Said. Thank.
I'm hoping that we're winning. This seems like the most direct plan. But I did accidentally get his rook on a1 into the game. It is unfortunate. I'm in trouble? Or am I? You have to take it with the rook, mind you. You have to take it with the rook. He only has one check here. Check, check. Let's see what we get. Oh no, he gets to trade queens. Darn it, he gets to trade queens. Or does he? Or does he get to trade queens?
You remember me when the west wind moves upon the fields of barley.
Can I?
Forget the sun in his jealous sky as we walk in fields of gold.
We do need to threaten him.
So she took her love for to gaze a while upon the fields of barley. In his arms she fell as her hair came down among the fields of gold. Will you stay with me?
Oh no.
Will you be my love among the fields of
Grr.
barley?
I lose this game.
We'll forget the sun
Terrible technique, everybody. Terrible technique.
as we lie in
I have 0 chances.
see the west wind
0 chances.
like a lover's soul upon the fields
maybe, just maybe, there's a small chance.
Said. If there was no increment, you would have won.
No, that's not true. I would not have so much time if there was no increment either. I also would have played very differently, and my opponent would have played very differently if there was no increment. He played A4 on the first move. My goal is to make certain that I can queen at least one pawn. So on that, he's trying to win material.
Many years have passed since those summer days among the fields of barley. See the children run as the sun goes down among the fields of gold. You remember me when the west wind moves upon the fields of barley. You can tell the sun in his jealous sky when we walked in fields of gold. When we walked in fields of gold. When we walked in fields of gold.
So he has to exchange on managed to avoid absolute defeat. Woo. Improving my score against our cargo. He wins 2 out of 3 games, routinely. So now, oof. This is the shot, Daniel. Ariel Zamora. Let's see. Well, I'm playing E4. And now, how do we orchestrate the Caro-Kann in our favor? Playing as in Botvinnik Spielman, 1935.
Said. GG.
He is a good, very formidable opponent, but our cargo spots me every single game, whether an odd first move when I'm black, or playing a rather dubious opening as black when I'm white. I have to admire his sporting ability. Whoever our cargo is, I do appreciate that. Should anyone walk up to me in the future and tell me I am our cargo, I would have to quiz them on what they play against me, and then I would be very impressed. So this is one of the many moves against this particular line, by the way. I think I have to go with this. This line was expounded upon in not in this manner, though. This is not how you play it. Where is the love? Where is the love? Where is the love? The love, the love. The way I wanna feel that. Way I wanna feel. Really? Can I gain time on that queen? I feel like I could gain time on that queen. Is there a threat? Do I play b4? Let's just play as though we mean it. And now, just trying to gain time on my opponent here. He wasn't supposed to take on c5. Black was not supposed to take on c5.
Just Lions.
Said. GG.
I don't know if I've got him yet, but he wasted a lot of time with pawn moves. So now, moment of truth. If I take on f6, he takes on e5, I take on e5. That looks like decisive. So if I take on f6, then he takes back and I take on d5, and then I take on d7. So do I take? Yeah, I have to do this first. I take a piece, he takes a piece. I take a piece, he takes a piece, I take a piece. Feel, 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 feels how I feel. Yeah, it looks decisive, doesn't it? Does he have a check?
Just the other day, I wrote down all the things I'd say, but I couldn't. I just couldn't. Baby, I know that you've been wondering. Oh, so here goes nothing. In case you
So many people have started playing the Caro-Kann lately that I have stopped playing the Caro-Kann.
And I would be lying if I said that I could live this life without you, even though I don't tell you all the time. You had my heart a long, long time ago.
Now, does this change anything? I don't think it changes anything.
The way you look tonight, that second glass of wine, that did it.
That did it.
There was something about that kiss, girl, it did me in. Got me thinking, oh, I'm thinking all of the things that I've been.
It wasn't check.
It's time you hear, in case you didn't know, baby, I'm crazy about you, and I would be lying if
I need to get all of my rooks in the game.
live this life without you, even though I don't tell you all the time. You had my heart a long, long time ago. In case you didn't know, you got on me.
For just one moment in time, I am ahead of our cargo. Did I break him? I don't know. Our cargo is black.
In case you didn't know, I'm crazy about you.
White is very dangerous here. In fact, to keep the idea of which way these pawns are going, I'm going to take the HDF, AT. What keyboard is that? What country is that? I feel like that's a French keyboard. In case you didn't know, we didn't have time to play what we needed to play, and now we don't win anymore. Our cargo has survived. Nice work, sir.
In case you didn't know.
That is the last game going. Now, that was 7 rounds, Daniel. Are we going to get... Or is this not Daniel? Daniel is Scared Lions. Wait a minute now. Hold on. This is not Fed. This is not FM. Or is it? Yeah, no, this is Daniel. Daniel is Test Lions, and the FM is Scared Lions. You have too many lions amongst you. And our team, Columbia Grammar and Prep, learning chess. Learning chess likes to play the Petrov. I'm just going to play the main line. I'm not going to be fooling around here. I played the black side of this one time last, and I definitely did not appreciate what I had. So therefore, he's going to have the doubled F pawns with a better endgame, mind you. He's going to have a better endgame with doubled F pawns, but he's going to have to work his tuchus off in this position. In this position, as black, I once played the move H5. Totally disrespecting a friend of mine. He is examining all of the fancy stuff, it looks like. I thought so. I thought he might be looking at the fancy stuff. All of this has been played before, nothing new under the sun. We do have to keep him from developing all of his pizzas the best we can. Arigato. So let's see. If he captures, I capture. If he captures, I capture. It is most important that I get out of Dodge here.
So while turning in my sheets, and once again I cannot sleep. Walk out the door and up the street. Look at the stars beneath my feet. Remember rights that I did wrong. So here I go.
Mm-hmm. Doing our best to keep everybody hopping. Although Knight C3 was probably best, with the maximum amount of threats. My voice. We're almost there, folks. We almost have completed our opening development. So what was this? Wait just a moment here. choice. The same mistakes again. So let's see. He's threatening to play what? All right, I don't have a choice. He's threatening to play knight takes f6.
Have joined.
Gian, how are you, man? Namaste. How was your day? I know he doesn't do rapid chess. Doesn't do enough rapid chess, let's put it that way. I am FIDE trainer and National Master John MacArthur. I've been teaching chess for quite some time. And now, if I'm going to sack a queen, I have to really be thinking about this, right? But maybe not.
When the crowd began to wander and they cried to see your face, it's in the water, it's in the story where you came from.
Bishop takes f4. Bishop takes f4. Knight to e4. Knight takes e4. Rook takes f4. I like the idea of keeping it, though. Does he have an attack? That is the question. G4. Knight takes h4. G4. Knight takes h4. Or should we just continue to try to get our pieces to possible squares that are going to be most bothersome to our opponent? Let's do it that way. I want all of the central squares for my king.
This nation owes you a huge debt.
Good Orch, 34, how are you? Thank you for following. We are a little light.
Goder 34.
Said. Hi.
Goder 34.
Thanks for following.
I have to do it this way. I could have gone it the other way, perhaps. Bishop takes f4. No, dude. He wanted to threaten checkmate. That's not how you do it. Queen to g8 could have been a threat of checkmate. Maybe you'll find.
Goder 34.
Said.
But only one love. So where are you headed? You will never let go. You got so much love. I don't mind. And now let's see, how far away do I need to be? You'll need to know I love you so. And I do it all again and again. Whoa. 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 You do what you do. Trying my best to stay ahead of our cargoes. It's not that easy. Always looking for those weak squares. Where are the weaknesses? Which are the best or worst placed pieces? And what is the opponent's big idea? In that particular game, it was craziness. A game, yes. Please join the dojo, sir. You have the best possible chance of playing me on any given day. What is your Lead Chess username? We're in the middle of a tournament, as we are every single day. You can check our calendar. We have not gotten in any later in the day. You're going to represent your school. Totally awesome. Where is your school? Don't give me the exact address. I don't want to know any details. A generic, you know, we're in South London or something like that will do.
My Lycus username is Bubyakidan.
That does not sound like an anonymous name, unfortunately.
Goder 34.
Said, in India.
This game. You, sir, are a streamer. I think. You're not a streamer? You are the rain. Make my life this foolish game.
34.
Said, no.
Not a streamer. There happens to be someone by your name on YouTube.
Goder 34.
Said, I really need someone's opinion.
Alright. Fair enough. Come to the right place. Opinions are like everybody has one. And they're not always what you want to hear. But what would you like to know? If it's the #1 way to improve at chess, I would suggest studying games of the world champion. Now, I have expanded my philosophy quite a bit because I know that studying one world champion is often very tedious and not necessarily so time-consuming. But I do believe that you should study 10 games of each of your top 3. Pick your top 3 world champions and study them 10 games at a time. We're going to do this immediately after, if we can. We have a Zoom class coming up.
Areas of weakness.
I hope that was round 9. That was not round 9? We're only round 8 right now? Might have one more round. I have to actually get my Zoom class up. just to make sure that we are okay here.
Gunner 34.
Said. I do have gone through Mikhail Tal Vichy and Levon.
Gunner
Nice.
34.
Said.
So you must be a strong player. If you choose those three, Aronian, you have to be a strong player to go through their games. How many games have each of you gone through? Now, your areas of weakness, this is what everybody's always worried about. But when you review your games, you will be able to tell what your areas of weakness are as you pay attention to patterns. It helps to have another person chiming in, though, I have to admit. Uh-oh.
Gunner
Our cargo
Said. Game
got lucky here, I think. Was he inside the square of the pond? No. So in this particular position, we really needed to play. Oh, he was worried about knight there, so we had to play king back. It looks like our card goes chalking up another point against Agunks Semban from Indonesia.
Gunner. Gunner 34.
Said.
And because of that pawn, it's hard to avoid mate in one. Not to mention that the fact that it's checkmate in one here.
Got you stuck on my body like a tattoo. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So I cross my heart and I hope to die. And I only stay with you one more night. And I know I've said it
Uh-oh, don't tell me I got the full point buy. That's craziness. We have the full point buy. What? My default microphone changed to C920? I don't think so. Perhaps. We will see if someone comes in or not straight away. We're really going to tax our resources here, our racehorses. If there ever were racehorses to tax, this is it. Let's watch our car go. Let's see if anyone can stop him from winning this tournament, since I couldn't. So Daniel, how are you doing? Are you playing in tournaments over the board? I'm trying to think if anything big is coming up. Toward the end of summer, there's always something relatively cool. It's time to start unraveling here in this direction and that. I think I might go with knight to g6. It's a possibility, but our pawns are a little weak. Set of the board, but we will get our rook into the game appropriately. Our opponent is about to have two pawn breaks, b4, b5, if we're not careful. So we can capture. But if we play a6 after capturing... Nope, he's going for it. Going for it in that general direction.
Goder 34.
See my melons, dude.
Square and connect rooks.
Thank you for the follow, by the way. I was hesitating in saying that name, but place the white bishop on a good square and connect the rooks. Yeah, now he can. Got a nice spot for his bishop here, even if that one comes out. I might play knight e4 straight away. Or should we just try to invoke some other weaknesses? Knight to g4. Queen h4. Egads. Everything's inviting here for our cargo. One of the most important keys to winning any chess game, especially in the transition from the opening to the middle game, is placing the rooks in the right squares at the right time.
34.
Said. Bring indirect attack on knight, then divert queen.
An indirect attack on the knight. I know that our cargo is going to go for it rather straightforwardly. Check. I mean, this looks like it's devastation central if he takes. Takes, queen h4, queen h3, bishop takes, pawn takes, queen takes, check. And then a rook lift.
Can't back down, I've been losing so much time. 'Cause it's you and me and all other people with nothing to do.
Yeah, bishop to g4 is going to be fatal. There's no choice here. This is an automatic decision. King h1, automatic decision. Bishop g4. Or bishop h3. Nice move. Bishop h3? Maybe not yet. Bishop h3 wins the rook if rook f2, but on bishop h3, my kind of people. Keep my eyes off. This should be a very okay move. Is he really that afraid of being down 2 pieces in this position? I feel like there's a decisive advantage here somewhere. The queen g3 check is made, but queen g4 check is no longer made, but it does get a rook for the material. We also have queen to g5 check, queen takes e3. Rook takes e3, rook to g1, bishop to Queen to h5. Bishop takes g6, rook to e2 check. So queen h5. Or bishop g4 in this position. That also looked rather intriguing. Bishop g4 is a good candidate move, maybe. Queen h5. I don't know if we needed this. He's worried about bishop takes g6. But we always have bishop f1 made. If our queen is not attacked, bishop f1 is made. So king h1 is forced. King h1 is somewhat forced because bishop f1 is made, but it's still made after bishop f1, queen h2, rook h3. Right?
What game are you talking about?
Oh, are you here? I didn't share my screen. How you doing? I'm still in. 1 second here. See if I can share my screen. You may be heard on the stream, by the way. You may not be seen, but you might be heard. Share screen. Yeah, I haven't ended my stream yet. This is the stream. This is the stream window. Yeah, bishop f1 check. Oh, I guess it's not mate in 1, it's mate in 2. I did not make it to catch up to our cargo. I'm trying my best to catch up. How are you?
I'm good.
Gryffindor the Great.
I had a lot of time to do chess since I've had like so many.
Hold on, I have to turn down the I have to turn down the music just a moment. What was that?
I hadn't really had like a lot of time to do chess since I've had like a lot of sleepovers with my best friend for like the last month.
Well, let's just talk about a few things that we definitely have to do. You have to become a voracious learner if you really, really want to become good at chess. You have to become a voracious learner. You have to set aside the time for yourself at all times. You have to set your goals, and you have to be able to say no to a lot of things in life in order to become good at anything you want to do. So first things first, I'm not saying that you have to say no to hanging out with a friend or a sleepover or anything like that. But what you have to do is let the friend know that you need to do an hour of chess. Just like if you were during the school year, if you had a project to complete, you could say, yeah, I'll come over, but I need an hour of personal time on my computer at some point. Just remind me. And a good friend will help you make sure that you set aside time to complete your goals and your projects that you've set aside.
I mean, I tried to do like chess like sometimes like sometimes I would play chess against her.
Well, that's not going to work. You could play chess together. That's not going to work to play chess against a friend who is not a tournament competitor. In other words, you really do have to plan. Looks like learning chess is in trouble here, unfortunately. Learning chess did find some counterplay against the f5 pawn that is weak. That is a weakness. But the queen is so out of play that it's hard to say if this is worthwhile. Not easy at all. So now the queen is almost back in play. That pawn is no longer under pressure, so that's why they took the queen off of that. They're trying to reroute their knight back into the game to find something. Now the threat of mate kind of forces the issue. Rook f2 perhaps. Now we're softening the white squares as the pawn needs to move forward. Or we could have probably left it there. Tried to hide behind the pawn. We could have left it there and tried to hide behind the pawn, because we still have opportunities to try to get our pieces back into the game. Is there another way in? Queen to e4, threatening queen to g1, or queen to g2, or f4, which is what he chose. He chose f4 to try to crack things open.
Yeah, I was thinking f4 as well.
And there is a place to hide after queen e4 check on h2. And now a very drastic idea is coming in, but we always are tied down to the g2 square with this rook, so we don't have anything on f8. For example, bishop f8 threatens queen to d6 mate, but after rook on a takes f8, we can't recapture with anything except for the queen because of the mate, and that would be tragic. So what does black do to improve his position? Just overworks white and plans on playing rook to f7. So what to do? How to get in there? Oh no, we don't make pawn moves where we're weak. Rule number 1, don't make pawn moves where you're weak. Rule number 2, don't make pawn moves where you're weak. And rule number 3, see rules numbers 1 and 2. Yeah, we have more rooks where that came from. Once that rook sacrifice occurs, there's more rooks coming where that one came from. And rook to g2 check could well be fatal. No, rook to g2 check, king h1, or king takes h3, queen to g4 would have been mate. This is not mate in 1, but it's mate in 2 at least. No time to stop this ladder mate. Wow. Torture, everyone. Torture. Missing mate in 1.
But you're white.
No, this is someone in my stream who's playing this particular game.
Oh.
And they hung their rook. They because my stream is still live, I haven't ended the stream just
Can you
yet.
go to the block party later?
Possibly. I'm in a lesson at the moment, and I'm streaming at the same time.
4.
Doesn't start until 4?
Yeah, well, I guess they're closing off the block at 12 to start setting up. But,
Yeah, I know. I saw that happen the other day on a different block.
Yeah, but he said to come after 4. That's fine.
Okay.
All right. I'm
Sounds
probably going to
great.
take Anakin out to the park or something.
Sounds great. Love you.
I just need my David's.
Okay.
Okay.
Talk to you soon. Bye. So here we are.
How many games did you win?
Well, I think I won all of them that I played.
Goder 34.
Oh, I didn't. I drew with Arcarco.
Sir, a game now.
How come you weren't in first place?
Because I had a late start. My wife forgot a bag on the way to the train station. And I had to, as it turns out, run back and forth with the bag. So, as it turns out, good urge. Definitely connect with me on the Discord. I'm in a lesson at the moment. Or Bavia, I guess your name also is. Connect with me on the Discord, and I will hopefully get back to you soon. We are going to be raiding. Let's see who we have. If I can take a quick peek, we have many choices. I'm going with my next student. I'm hoping to be working with her soon. Crossing my fingers that everyone follows this tournament. I'm going to be training her as best I can.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
Angelica Chessborn. And where are we? Let's do our ending stream screen. And we will let everybody know that I'm very thankful for check out my dude and Godor 34. Godort's 34. Ian Chess for the raid. Thank you, everyone. And by the way, if you've not yet checked in on Chessable, you should. Kingslayer Sloan was in earlier. We're going to be starting a chess podcast in the coming week. Our first thing that we're going to discuss is probably going to be, what's happening here? I'm going to cancel the raid for one moment as I don't see Angelica Chessborn's stream going. What is going on? We're still going. All right, fair enough. Now we'll try it again. Let's try it again, everyone. She is very serious about chess. We met in Paris. We hung out. We had dinner. We discussed chess improvement. We discussed our future chess program plans. This is Angelica Chessborn. Ladies and gentlemen, she is covering. Put it up. She is covering the Swiss tournament, Biel Interzonal. Please enjoy her commentary with Grandmaster Arthur's Nixons. I have a lot of work to do to catch up with her prep for future events. My first goal, if I don't complete it, well, let's just say it has to be done. All right, everyone, have a great day. Cheers and ciao. Thank you for being here.
Ooh.